What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you guys already know. Tas. We tossing it up, man. We about to toss it inside, outside, around side. Let's just toss it, right? But before we toss it, let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit the like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I stay kicking. And I appreciate the support. Thank you. I'm very humbled. Now, Fresnal Bulldog, right? The Bulldogs, man. This is a Super Gunner episode 3. We're getting into it, right? These damn mangy motherfucking Bulldogs got me. They got your boy, right? Look, man, shout out to the Fresno Bulldogs, old school F-14ers, 209 to the 559, and even the 357. I respect it, right? But at the end of the day, y'all motherfuckers got me, right? And I was pissed. Let me explain to you guys the situation. Now, there's violations. When you're living the gang life, there's violations. There's violations in the hood. There's violations, man, in society, most definitely. And there's violations within the system when you get caught up, right? Now, the last thing anyone wants is a violation in their hood because you're going to get DP'd. And no, it doesn't mean double penetration for you sick motherfuckers, right? It means discipline, getting stomped out, right? Never had one of those. Came close, though, man. I was on the cusp of it, and this was the time that I was. So I'm going to explain to you guys that situation and how that violation ended up just being the setup for an actual prison violation, right? Which always sucks, man. I hate doing violations. Just give me a term, motherfucker. Violations suck. Because I always got long ones. But trip out on this. So I had a homeboy that was a bulldog. Okay. He was a homeboy from the youth authority. He was a perro, man. We kept in contact. Every time I go to my prima Brianna's, because I got a cousin, Brianna, that happens to be married to a Fresno bulldog, has a big old pad out there, Section 8, like a motherfucker. They're doing it, right? They raise pit bulls and bulldogs and fucking whatever other kind of dog that you could raise, right? That dude be slinging dogs like a new jack. I love going to my prima's pad because she has the baddest homegirls Fresno has to offer. Combined 30 chicks, all with BBLs and barely any teeth. Perfect, right? It's a perfect situation. I love going over there. I don't go over there now that I'm living out of state. I don't go over there as much as I would like to. But when I do, I always do dos Equis, right? I give them dos. I like dos chuequis. So I like to go over there to Piruja Town. That's what I call it. I don't call it the No Town. I call it Piruja Town because there's a gang of them. Shout out to all the ladies in Fresno. You know what I'm saying? I'm only doing this for content purposes. Now, disclaimer. Now, in this situation, I would go out to the my prima's house and I would slide by the homeboys just to see if he was out there, right? And we became good friends, man. And I would take him back to Merced, but I would tell him, hey, you have to be quiet, bro, when you come in. Like, I'm going to introduce you as a homie, but don't, a homie from Fresno, but don't tell the homeboys you're a bulldog. And he's like, he was proud. Bulldogs are proud to let everyone know wherever they're going, what they're about, right? I respect it. Any gang member is supposed to. If you stand on what you believe in, fucking do your thing. Should be like the gun, man. You know what I'm saying? I used to go all up in LA to my primos pads, and they'd be like, hey, where you from, SA? I'd be like, Culver City. You know what I'm saying? When they see me in red, you don't do what I do. Just do what I say, right? You'll be safe. No, but there's situations where vatos would hit me up. Before they could even finish, hey, where you? I was already north of XIV, dead end, right? But I knew what situations to wiggle up out of. And hey, you can call it being a punk, you call it not standing on your shit. I call it being safe, not sorry. Okay. I don't play the game sorry safely. So that's just me. So, anyways, I would tell this dude, hey, bro, just for me, bro, for the benefit of me, don't, because my homeboys just start tripping on me because I'm bringing the enemigo to the hood. So, anyways, gang of times he came, he partied with us, he boned chicks in the hood, like he chilled, right? No one ever knew. So one day he comes to the pad, right? And he's like, hey, fool, there's this fucking tattoo shop. He's a northerner. He's a white. What it was the Smokey from RBL's dad, man. He had this little tattoo shop for a while. He ended up getting caught up. I'm not going to speak on his shit. That's none of my business. But he ended up getting caught up and getting his shop shut down, right? And anyways, he was like sympathetic to the northern cause, but he never was one. He was a white dude. It was actually Smokey's stepdad, right? He did the WS on my arms, the Huelga bird on my stomach. Like he was really with the shit. And so I brought the homie to him. And now we're all up in Merced. We're chilling. He's like, yeah, I want to get a tattoo. So I said, hey, the homie wants a tattoo. Where you want to get it? I want to get it right here. Me, like a dumbass, I'm like, yeah, he wants to get it right here. How long is it going to take? He said, I got this chick before. which he should never had that chick in the first place in there. But anyways, right? He had her there, and he was like, "I'll do your home." So I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go to the taco truck. I'm gonna go pick up one of the homies and go grab some burritos. You want one?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "I'll be back." I told the tattoo artist, "You always look out for the tattoo artist. Always. That's just respect. That's common decency." So you want some? He was like, "Yeah, I'll take an orange fanta. I'll take a burrito. Make sure the side." Hey, bitch, I said, "Do you want a fucking burrito?" I didn't say nothing about orange fanta and all that shit. Come on, bro. You're doing too much, right? Am I going to get a free taco out of this situation? He's like, I'll take it off the homeboy's thing, right? But fuck him. I'm talking about me. He's a bulldog anyway, right? So he doesn't know he's a dog, though. He will now. So what happens is, right? I leave. Boom. When I come back, the homeboy's in the chair. And so I give the burrito, I put the burritos out. I'm dogging my shit, man. The other homeboy's right there with me from my neighborhood. He's a youngster. He's right there with me. And so the homeboy's getting his face tatted. So I'm like, "What are you getting?" And I look, and my whole face drops because it's a fucking dog paw. The fool's getting a dog paw on his face, right? And the little homeboy looks and his eyes get hella big, and he's like, "Hey, fool, what's that?" Now, everyone knows this dude's from Fresno. I introduced him as a Fresno Norteño behind his back. In front of him, I'd be like, "Oh, he's the homie from Fresno." But behind his back, I'm like, "Fresno Norteño, ciao," right? I'm lying like a motherfucker, bringing this homeboy all up in the Kool-Aid, right? He knows shit he's not supposed to know. Here I am fucking not degenerate ass activities, right? No wonder fucking they don't want me around. But anyways, he was a good homie. He was never going to go against the grain. He didn't trip off North and South and Bulldogs and all that. He was a Bulldog, but he didn't trip like that. He's old school at 14er. So the fool's getting the shit tatted on his face, and I see it, and my little homie sees it. He's like, "Hey, bro, what's that?" I was like, "Oh, no, the natives, they be getting that shit." "Oh, that fool's Mexican. Got a Mexican flag tattooed right here." I said, "Yeah, but that's just for content purposes. I don't even know. What are you?" Tomas is doing it looking at me, right? And he's already shaking his head like, pfft. And I'm like, "Damn," right? So the homie's like, "Oh, what's this cool?" I said, "Yeah, bro, you just got the get the fuck out of my hood card right there. You can't be around here anymore with that shit on your face, bro." And he's like, "Oh, fool, the fools ain't tripping. The homies are cool with me." And I said, "Yeah, but they don't know you're a bulldog, for they'll kill your ass. Come on, man. Let me take you home immediately. Give me that burrito back, motherfucker. You don't get that. Getting that shit tattooed. And you tattooed it. Give me the orange Fanta." Right? We're gone. So I dropped the homeboy off. The little homie goes with us. He's like, "Damn, bro." I say, "Yeah, but saying the homeboy does the same thing for us. Like when we come to Fresno, he'd be like, 'Oh, these are dogs. These are homies,' and we don't ever have issues." Now I wasn't kicking it with this homeboys because the Bulldogs know they could smell a norteño a mile away, right? We move differently. We walk like this, right? They walk like this. Right? So we drop his ass off. Bam. Immediately, by the time I get back, word's already circulating. Homeboys want to call Lil Junta, right? At the homeboy's house, Carlos's house. So I go over there. "What's up?" They're like, "Hey, what's up with the homeboy from Fresno and shit? That fool flipped on us or what?" And now I'm thinking I could play this to my motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah. "Nah, fool, that fool, he got it." Now I'm not acting like I don't like him. "That fool has a dog paw, fool. I didn't even know that motherfucker. They must have flipped him," right? The homies are like, "Yeah, bro, you can't be bringing fools like that around, man." Like one of the homeboys seen on his back arm, it said Bulldogs, but we weren't sure, right? I said, "Well, you should have said something to me. This motherfucker tricked me too. Let's go get him," right? I'm willing to like the shit out of this motherfucker for content purposes, right? And the homies are like, "Nah." Well, anyways, so that right there is like the first strike against me. Bulldog done did me dirty, right? I never fuck with him again. Not because I don't like him. He's not the homie. Like we talked on the phone and shit. That's what friends are for. For good times, bad times, I'll be on your side. Fuck not forevermore. That's what friends are for. So I moved on from him, man. And now I'm chilling with this homeboys from M Street, Avaru out there, right? Merced, my road dog. We're cruising, man. That fool was selling big D. Like we're doing our thing. His brother's a bulldog, though, right? And him and his brother look similar. So one day his brother was living in the town, but like everyone wanted to get him, but they couldn't catch him slipping. That fool was a tweaker, so he was on the move, right? Very well-known dude, like was really putting in that work in YA, all that. So one day we're cruising, and the homie's like, "Hey, let's go pick up my brother real quick, man. I got to drop him off at my tia's house." I'm like, "Damn, bro, I don't really like fucking have your brother." He said, "First of all, bro, that motherfucker might fuck around and smack me in the back of the head with a gun. Second of all, I can't be seen with them, bro." He's like, "Fool, everyone knows they ain't tripping." I'm like, "All right." So we pick him up like a stupid ass, get all pumped up just because the homeboy had money. So we pick him up. We're riding around. We get sidetracked. We go to Oakland. We're cruising. We go visit a couple Africano brothers we know. Shout out to the Acorns, right? Then we slide over to Richmond. Like we're just cruising all over, right? Here's a Bulldog and two dumbass Norteños, and we're sliding everywhere thinking it's all cool. Well, one of the homeboys seen us because we're in and out of Merced, like just do our thing. He was like, "Hey, bro," I get phone calls as soon as I get back. Every time I get back, I'm in trouble. Always, right? Homies are like, "Hey, bro, you're rolling around with that dude." I'm not going to say his name because I'm just not going to say his name, right? For other reasons. But Anyways, they're like, you're riding around that fool. I seen you. I said, no, I was with his brother, the homie. They're like, nah, fuck that. We seen him there too, right? So they're like, hey, man, you're in trouble, bro. The first time you brought a better over here undercover, now it's this one, right? So in my neighborhood, look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. We don't do DPs. We don't believe in that shit. At least I've never seen that. We don't believe in jumping on you. We believe in jumping you in and we don't even believe in jumping you out. We believe in killing you out, right? So I'm worried. Like, there's my homeboy baby, man. He comes to town. At this time, he was living like in Chowchilla, the city, right? Or Fireball somewhere, but he's gonna be coming to town, man. And he was the unofficial like shot caller of the hood. I'm gonna give baby that. Motherfuckers, you guys got to give baby that. He was that one, right? Even though there was other homeboys that would whoop on him if they needed to, he was still that one. He had hand. So, of course, soon as he gets in town, motherfuckers call me, hey, fool, come to my pad. It's his mom's pad, right in the hood. Damn, man, he's going to do me dirty, right? So I go over there, and he's like, yeah, the homies, man, they're tripping on you, bro. Like, are you a bulldog or what? I said, nah, bro, you know us, bro. I said, we did white time, man. I got love for that 14. Like, I don't even trip like that off the dog. I never have. See, that's one thing about me I'm going to explain to you guys right off the top. I never have tripped off bulldogs. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I treat them like I treat Southsiders, right? It's all professional. I don't got a personal hatred against the dogs. In fact, I got nothing but respect for the Southerners, Northerners, and Bulldogs, right? Because they're Mexicanos. They're handling their business. And let's keep it real, man. Albeit they're in Fresno County, y'all motherfuckers know you go in there, they're going to dust you straight up. Same thing that's going to happen if they go in Salas, dusted and disgusted. They can't be trusted. You know the rules. If they go to LA, pobrecillo, you're going to stick their head up their ass faster than a rabbit gets boned on, right? I already know every different city's handling their business. So why not give Fresno their just due and respect? I do. It's the way I was taught. Anyways, I strived hard with a lot of Bulldogs, man. We did put in work together. I don't hate. I congratulate. So I'm just like, man, I'm on the professional shit. They're like, yeah, that's good, bro, whatever. But you can't be bringing them around the neighborhood like that. And he's like, look, bro, I'm going to give you a pass. And now I'm going to violate your ass. Now, when we said that, it didn't mean I was going to bone you or something, right? Nothing like that. I hope not, right? Because that about the was on meth. But the main thing was like, hey, you're going to be done. Like in our neighborhood, you're done. Don't ever come around because when you do, man, you're going to get worked over pretty good and not beat up. Let's just say that you're not going to exist no more. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be somewhere in between a rock and a fucked up fucking place. Very hard place, right? I'm telling you. So anyways, that was that. I'm like, all right, I can't roll around with this dude. Well, around that time, and this was like a year later after I stopped fucking with the homeboy with the dog paw, right? That fool calls me and he's like, hey, bro, I need a place to stay, man. My old lady, she's tripping, this and that. We haven't been talking for a minute. Why you call me? You got all kinds of dudes in Fresno you can fuck with. You're telling me out of all those motherfuckers on the east side, you ain't got one homeboy from College Street that'll let you stay or a homeboy from RTLs. Look at there's Bulldogs right now. Like, damn, Gumby knowing. Now, I know about ruthless thug life. I'm like, hey, you ain't got one homeboy you can stay with? He's like, hey, you think your prima will let me stay over there? I was like, her old man, he's a dog. Like, bro, are you good with the dogs right now? He's like, yeah, I'm good, bro. I ain't got no place to go. I ain't got no family or nothing. And a lot of people that went to the youth authority would tell their stories. And I recall this guy telling me a story how his mom passed when he was in there. His sister was all tirada out. You know what I'm saying? His dad was fucking like he had a rough life. Fresno, it'd be like that, right? They're either close family or no family. So I'm like, let me call her. So I called Brianna and she's like, what does he look like? I said, you know, instead of, hey, I got an old man or I got a gang of kids, it ain't possible. She says, well, what does he look like? Fucking hoe, right? I'm like, I don't know, man. Fucking, he has a dog paw. She was like, oh, man. Damn, I like guys with tattoos on their face. I'm like, this fucking tirada, this piruja. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to go pick him up and we're going to come by there. And she was like, well, he can stay in the garage. I said, have you asked your old man? He does what I fucking say. I'm the one that got the bomb. I'm like, all right, cool. So I pick him up. I'm like, hey, look, this is my prima. My prima's fine, fool. I'm going to keep it real. She's bad, right? She has too many homegirls to fucking worry about. Like, she's always got homegirls over there. Like, her homegirls never leave, bro. So I guarantee you get one every night. So don't fuck with my prima, homie, because her old man will kill you. He goes, I know who her old man is, fool. That fool's a down-ass dog. I said, exactly. Just leave it alone, bro. Just please. Please. That's it. Right? Help. So I take him over there. She's like, oh, yeah, we could do this, right? I'm like thinking, she's going to try to, before I'm even in my car, she's already going to give him a mamon. I already know. Hey, I told him what I told him. That's all I can do. Sure enough, 16 mamons later, he's calling me about a week and a half. Hey, your prima said I had to go. Her old man was tripping, fool. That fool thinks I'm sleeping with her, but I'm just boning her fat homegirl. I said, bro, keep it real. He said, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Your prima be sneaking in the garage every night. We be having garage sex. You ever had that before? I said, from time to time. He goes, not like this time, bro. And we actually literally broke the fucking car door, the machine that opens the fucking door, so the shit was stuck. I was like, damn, your old man was tripping. Like, hey, bro, that's an ass imprint on the wall. I was like, why are you telling me all this, right? I was thinking, damn, man, my prima's fucking, she's dirtier than me, slightly. So anyways, I go pick him up, and he's like, bro, I still ain't got nowhere to stay. I said, you're telling me in fucking 2 weeks of staying there, you didn't hustle? He's like, nah, bro, I was too busy boning. I was like, oh, man. Come on, bro, I'm going to take you, but you can't be seen because you got that shit on your face, man. And if the homeboys see you, I've already been warned about you, bro. Right? So look at it like a stupid ass. This is what happens. For those of you that don't know, I do tattoos. I haven't did them in a minute, man. Don't ask me for one because you can go get it better at a local store. But I do them, right? And so I had tattoo machines and equipment there. This Valta gets bored because I'm going to work. See, I'm one of those guys, I gang bang on the weekends and I work. I'm a weekend warrior, right? So I'm going to work and shit, stay at the pad. At that time, I didn't have no old lady, so the homeboy's cool right there. Got his own room. She had a 2-bedroom. Everything's good. I'm doing my work thing, man. This motherfucker gets into my tattoo equipment. And what's the first thing he does? He puts BDS on the other side and then fills in the dog paw a little bit more because it was starting to lose luster, right? I had to go to parole that day. He had dropped me off at work. I left my car with him, right? Hey, I'm going to leave my car. And I'd say, hey, bro, the one thing is, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I want you to jam in the car and be gone because that's when the Task Force Tuesdays, they'll come raid the house. I was already almost off parole, so I was at the point where they weren't hitting the house as frequent, but you just never know, right? It was always on a Tuesday or Thursday. So it's like, be gone, homie, because if they catch him, he's a known gang member. I mean, this shit could get out of hand quick. Well, let me tell you guys about the violation. So that day, the homeboy dropped me off. He's at the pad. Unbeknownst to me, he's tattooing all this shit on his face, right? I tell him, hey, pick me up for parole. So when he picks me up at the fucking job, I have to go to parole. It's like during lunch break. I'm just going to go real quick, go back to work, right? Like an hour lunch. Excuse me, I got the burpees. I ate the pork chops and mushroom gravy with papas. I got a burp. Anyways, so the homeboy picks me up. And I'm like, hey, bro, let me drive. I don't even look at him. He's like, all right, he gets around because he has to duck because not only can you not be seen by parole probation, motherfucker, I don't want you seen at all by any homeboys from the hood. And believe me, if a homeboys, they're hella nosy. A homeboy's old lady would see, she'd be like, damn, what's up? What's up with your boy, man? Does he want him on one? And then she'll go tell on me. I already know how it is. They'll offer first and then tell later. Scandalous. So as we're riding, I'm not even looking at him. We're chopping it up. He's bumping the music. He's fucking with the stereo. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, bro. He's like, yeah, hey, let's go back to your prima's house. She's going to hook us up with some chick. He wants to go back to Fresno. He's a Bulldog, so he wants to be in his town. So I'm like, yeah, we can do that. Fool, we can do that this weekend. Don't trip. It was like a Thursday, right? Or a Friday, excuse me. So as we pull up, I get off the car, and he's like, I was like, you going to wait in here or what? I don't even really look at this fool. And he's like, yeah. This fool goes in the parole with me and sits down. I'm thinking, whatever, right? Usually he has a dog paw. He'll do this. He can cover it up, right? Man, do you know that my parole officer came out of the thing that he came out to see me? He was like, hey, come here. And he says, sees me with the homeboy. He said, who are you talking to? I said, oh, man, it's just a friend of mine, right? And he goes, did you guys come together? And I said, he gave me a ride. He said, turn around. Handcuffs me. Gives me a violation for being with a known gang member. Knows who this motherfucker is. How? I don't know. Used to work in Fresno, I guess, right? This fool has a brand new tattoo of a dog paw and a brand new BDS under his eyes that is red as fuck, still leaking blood. I look at him at the exact same time my pro officer's looking like, you stupid, dumb motherfucker. I'm looking at him. My pro officer puts in addendum, known to associate with active Bulldogs. I said, violation, right? Do you understand that I went to Tracy prison later on that day? That fool went to my house, brought the fat chick from Fresno, boned her in my house for about 4 months while I was incarcerated. True stories. Damn Bulldogs got me, right? Not only did they almost get me jumped out of the hood forever, right? But this motherfucker got me caught up and got me a violation. All of his because of his stupid tattoos. And I told the cop, I said, hey, the parole officer, that's his shit. I was just talking to him. He's like, did you guys come in the same vehicle? I said, he gave me a ride. He said, active gang member. You know the drill, man. I said, but he's a Bulldog, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Northern. It's like, we don't even get along and shit. He said, well, you could have fooled me. I said, yeah, I'm foolish. And I went to Tracy. I have my violation paperwork. I'm an active Norteño at the time, right? I ain't gonna lie. You guys want to hear the truth? No sugarcoating it, right? It said I had a violation for being around a known gang member and then explained on the next page exactly who that known gang member was. I ripped it out, threw that away, and forwarded the rest of the paperwork. Hey, was I in the wrong? Look, there's a lot of active motherfuckers that fuck with dudes that are dropouts and non-actives and all. Stop it, man. Stop it. Just stop it. If you have a primo that's not active, man, and he's not he just dropped out or whatever, you're still fucking with him. That's your primo. Don't be bullshitting, man. Don't be lying. Anyways, that's the story on how the Bulldogs got me caught up. We'll hit episode 4 tomorrow, man. I'm rocking and rolling on the shit. You like it or you love it, or you love it to like it, man. I appreciate all the support. Are you guys ready for young Super Norteño? Not Super Norteño, but young Rick and Gun. Are you ready? I got you guys this afternoon. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See, Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Now, as soon as I'm done, I'm going to go wipe off my futon right there, because I'm sure either that dog just farted all over it or booty scooted across it. It was one or the other. Bang, bang.